Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. We have a lot to talk about today, but let's welcome our guests. They've both been on here before. The Oscar Jugganunt and Adriano.
What's
Yeah.
good, folks? How's everyone doing?
I
I
should
can't hear
probably
you.
do
Yes.
my intro. Hello, fellows and ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Originally this was just gonna be a sad predictions video. But with the Oscars and their wonderful wisdom, now we have to shift things a little bit. I say let's start with that because I guarantee you the Oscar changes will be mentioned on Sunday's telecast of the SAG Awards.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if I would be shocked if it was completely ignored. But
I think someone's gonna be like, calling out their bullshit.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
It's definitely going to be mentioned at the Oscars, that's for sure.
oh for sure, I could see Wanda Sykes already roasting them already. I can already see that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm pretty
She's
sure.
going to write that as part of her script.
I'm optimistic that they'll reverse the decision because they got so much internal backlash similar to last time.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like it's the same director, by the way, same director who pulled that move last time. Apparently, he just apparently that's just his vision for the Oscars, just less categories. It's like, bro, and it should be noted. Last time they planned on cutting 4 categories, and this time they plan on cutting about 8. So they quite literally doubled down on a decision that everybody hates.
They cut a third of the categories essentially.
Yeah, it's absurd. I don't know what logic. The fan favorite thing is absurd. It's dumb, and it will not work. That being said, I guess I can understand the logic that they think that it would be.
At least it's not best popular film. At least they're not actually giving us an Oscar for that.
At least there's a plan this time. Honestly, I'm kind of over that decision. Honestly, it's like, it's not affecting
really. Cinderella for the win.
Let's go.
Let's go.
By the way, I know if this happened in 2019, there was a 0% chance that Cats would not be like the memed.
Oh yeah, if this happened in 2019, this would be Cats for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There would be no contest about that.
I'm a little upset that Clifford's not winning, but you know what? Cinderella.
I think my favorite part is they did this so Spider-Man would walk away with something, and it just did the complete opposite. I guarantee you.
My big conspiracy theory is that this whole idea that Cinderella is winning was actually just a ploy to make film Twitter happy that Spider-Man
wins. Yeah, but I mean, unfortunately, this didn't surprise me. The whole 8 categories being cut. I feel like as much as we can blame I feel like the Academy's not innocent in these choices, but this is all ABC's working. We cannot pretend it's not. We can argue. We can say, "Oh, the Academy did this, or the Academy did that," and yeah, they did it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I think this is ABC's more shoving the Academy towards making decisions like this.
Yeah. And again, same directors. It definitely was them. It's just I don't know who they think they're drawing in. I don't know who they think is going back.
It's an invisible audience that they think that they can cater to. That's not really there, because you can't really just prevent people from being seen on television for their work just so you can cater to a populist audience or something like that. It just feels wrong. It feels disingenuous. That's one third of the categories literally getting shut out.
Here's one thing I want to say. There's a lot of people online who's like, "Oh, the Oscars are just a bunch of rich people walking around in fancy dresses, handing out gold to people." I think that's the audience they think they're trying to get. But those people have their mind made out. There's nothing you can do to change their mind.
I don't think anyone wasn't look, no matter what happened this year, the ratings were gonna be better than last year because no one gave a shit about Mank last year. This year, people care about Don't Look Up. They care about Dune. They care about
King Richard,
West
Richard.
Side,
And Kanto.
and Kanto. Like people care about movies this year. But I promise you, those people coming back aren't looking at them removing sound from the lineup and being like, okay, you know what? I'll give them a second chance. Like it's just there's no logic behind it. Like I know. I get that they're cutting it so they can add more like entertainment shit. It's like, but that's not your audience that you're looking for doesn't care. They do not care that how much entertainment. Also, you have Amy Schumer in there. No one likes her. Like
she's divisive. I would say there are people who like her. There are people who don't.
Yeah, but generally speaking, she has a very negative air around her. Whether I don't hate her as much as everyone else does.
I definitely don't. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't listened to a lot of her comedy, so I can't comment on that.
I love Trainwreck, but I think there is very valid argument, complaints about her.
I think she's overrated. I think everyone acts like she's like the second coming, like this great comedian, and like she's good, but I don't see that. I think Wanda is 10 times the comedian Amy Schumer is.
But she also doesn't really have mainstream recognition.
Yeah, which is a shame. Which is a damn shame, in my opinion.
I think I don't know nothing's gonna bring audiences that don't care in. Like if anything was going to, I would be like a host that people like. You know what I mean? Like maybe like someone like Bo and Yang hosts that could bring in some audiences.
Yeah.
Or even like a lot of people said the 3 Spider-Man. That would definitely bring an audience.
Tom Holland where they got the ratings boost they wanted.
Yeah, but I don't know if Tom Holland would have been good on his own. So I like the Spider-Man idea more than Tom Holland. Tom Holland.
He would definitely need someone. But what I'm saying,
he would definitely need someone.
But he would definitely get the ratings.
That would bring in audiences more than like
Yeah. 3 Spider-Man.
I mean, it's also worth noting it's not like they just skipped them and went right this year. It's like a lot of people said no.
No.
A lot of people.
Their first pick was the cast of Only Murders in the Building. That was their first pick.
Do you think that would have been more of an Emmy thing, though?
Depends how they set it up.
Kimmel hosted, so
Yeah. I think if they set up like a cool little murder mystery theme, have have it almost like set up around like a mystery or something, I think that would be kind of cool.
Okay.
But their decision's wrong. Their choices are wrong, but
yeah, no, it's rough. It's rough. I think that they're gonna reverse the no category thing. I think they're gonna reverse that because they're getting a lot of backlash for that. But
I think the second if you have people like Will Smith or Ariana DeBose be like, you know what, I'm not gonna go. You guys disrespected these people.
Oh yeah, people in the music branch are already like in the nomination already considered boycott.
Yeah, I heard the people from the score isn't going, but if Billie Eilish said they're not going to go,
Billie Eilish said something and going back up in a heartbeat.
Wait. Billie Eilish threatened not to go?
No, but I'm saying if she does.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Yeah, if she says something, it's like, oh, and next thing you know, we're adding more categories.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the year of A Star Is Born, that they just wanted Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper and Kendrick Lamar to perform. They did not want the other 3 song nominees performed.
Oh yeah.
And Lady Gaga literally flat out said, I will not perform if they can't perform either.
Yeah. And also Kendrick's trip. Well, I know Kendrick is because of schedule.
Kendrick was on tour at the time.
Yeah, it was a scheduling thing, but still.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what they say. Sunday nominees are going to have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hop into it. We're going to talk a lot more about the movies, but before we do that, on the TV side, is there anyone you're hoping to win? Who you think might win? Just like general thoughts on the TV side.
I'm boring, and I'm just like, just give Squid Game everything. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
I'm
actually
playing
with you.
relatively safe when it comes to shows. Like Sudeikis is gonna win, Winslet's gonna win. Like
Oh yeah, lock.
win. The only categories I'm kind of doing some mental gymnastics for is drama actress, because that can go in a couple different ways, and
Yeah.
stunt TV, because that's a very tricky one. I think you'll go Squid Game, but like it could be Falcon Winter Soldier. I don't know. But yeah, TV, it's not like I'm posting my official SAG predictions like on YouTube sometime this weekend, tomorrow or Saturday.
Yeah.
But I will probably go more in depth. But I'm going a little bit safe there.
I'm actually going the complete opposite.
Oh,
I have Hacks winning Best Series.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy.
Yeah, it did win the Globe.
I think the fact that it beat, I think Ted Lasso is more up their alley, and for Hacks to beat Ted Lasso at the Globes, that tells me a lot.
I think Lasso's just more ensemble based than Hacks is.
I do agree with you, but you never know. I mean, if they like a show, they'll just give it a bunch of wins. Like Miss Maisel one year, they gave it all 3.
Well, I mean, there is exceptions. Look at Jason Bateman last year.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, like, in general, if they like a show, they'll just give it all 3 wins. Like, again, Miss Maisel, they gave Shalhoub.
They did that to Lasso, though, too. I also think, because I think even though I am predicting Gene Smart, I do have Hannah Waddingham in the back of my head.
Yeah, Ted Lasso could easily do that, too. But usually what I'm saying, though, is that they like a show. They're just like, here's all the awards, take them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One more category, and then we'll hop into movies. Limited actor is the one I'm probably most curious
about. Yeah.
That's the one I keep going back on.
Is that the one with Oscar Isaac, Michael Keaton?
Yep. Evan Peters.
Okay. That one. A lot of people are going to Evan Peters because they feel like Mayor Eastine is popular. Is going to sweep.
He's amazing in it. I haven't seen
I currently have Evan Peters too, but I think Keaton's probably the most likely. Keaton and Isaac are probably the most likely.
I might predict Keaton, but I wouldn't be surprised between him and Peters. One of them winning.
I have Keaton because I love him.
Yeah,
I haven't even seen Dope Sick though. I've only seen White Lotus. I have not seen White Lotus. Sorry, I'm just trying to think what the nominees are. White Lotus, Dope Sick. I've only seen Mayor of Easttown, and I don't know. Evan Peters winning over like those guys kind of feels a little off. So I'm going to say,
but it's hard when they have no supporting categories.
Yeah,
everything is just mumbled together. And I saw Dope Sick, and he is excellent in it. I can just tell you that for the record.
I'll watch it eventually. I'm behind on TV. I just started watching The Great the other day.
Oh yeah, I'm a little behind on TV too, but eventually I'll catch up. But now it's time for the movies. I say let's start with the category that matters the least, best stunts, because that's not going to translate to anything at the Oscars.
Unfortunately.
Give me 1 second. I'm just opening up the nominees so I can just read them. Okay, I got them. Okay, for stunts, we have Black Widow, Dune, The Matrix, Resurrections, No Time to Die, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings. Who do you think is going to win that category?
No Time to Die, I think, is going to win that category. I think they're going to be. It just makes sense. They like the Bond movie maybe more than Marvel.
I think Black Widow and Matrix are just happy to be recognized.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
And I feel like it could just simply be Dune, but that's not really. You don't really think of stunts when you think of that movie. So I am thinking No Time to Die, but I am actually going with Shang-Chi because it's like very like hand-to-hand combat, stunts kind of thing. So yeah, I'm going with Shang-Chi. That feels, but you also I wouldn't be shocked. Like I'm really focusing on Shang-Chi. No Time to Die in this category. I can go either way.
I'm actually going with neither of them. I'm playing a little bit safe. I'm going with Dune. This is the one category that I play safe in every year because usually they either go with the safest choice or they go with the least expected one.
They haven't really last year it makes sense that they didn't go with the picture nominee, but
honestly.
But look at 2019 when they had Ford versus Ferrari, Joker, Irishman, Hollywood, and
that was
Endgame.
Weird. That was the weirdest.
And it's
it made sense to me.
And for obvious reason, they didn't go with Irishman or Hollywood, but they could have easily went with Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah,
and they still went with Endgame.
And then with Endgame,
I felt like it wouldn't doubt they go with the action films, the popular action films, and Endgame was the biggest thing before Avatar, of course, beat it. But anywho, Endgame was so big, and they just went for it. And I kind of feel like No Time to Die might be that. I just feel like they might have an affinity more towards action in this category.
This is the one category I get wrong every year. This category has always prevented me from a perfect SAG. The only year I got stunned by was Black Widow. Not Black Widow, Black Panther.
Black Panther. Yeah, and that's another thing, and that's actually the reason why I didn't predict. I'm not predicting Shang-Chi's because Mulan also had a lot of action and martial arts hand-to-hand combat in it.
Yeah,
but they still went with Wonder Woman 1984. Which kind of made sense. I actually predicted Wonder Woman that year.
Yeah, I think I predicted Mulan, but all right. Let's start. Let's dive into these acting categories now. Best Supporting Actress: Katrina Ball, Belfast; Kate Blanchett, Nightmare Alley; Ariana DeBose; Kirsten Dunst, and Runega.
DeBose. I don't want to hear any arguments. For anybody.
I'm completely with you. This is DeBose.
I've been battling with someone on a Twitter thread about this. It's DeBose.
Yeah.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Dunst won't win. All right. No.
Not Dunst. Not Buckley. No. Not Ruth Nega. Nobody.
A lot of people think Dunst is going to win, but I just don't see it.
It's people building up counter narratives because they don't want it to be easy, and sometimes it's just that. I think the only time that I saw people just kind of throw out their hands and be like, "All right, no, it'll be that easy," was last year with Kaluuya. But no.
And this is DeBose is literally Daniel Kaluuya and Judas and the Black Messiah, literally.
Yeah, this is DeBose's to lose. I'll be if anyone else wins this, I would be completely shocked.
Oh, me too. Yeah. I even said it. I remember I was at the Nightmare Alley premiere, right? And after I saw the movie, I was like, oh my God, Blanchett, she could win. And then a couple days later, I saw West Side Story at a screening. And I was like, never mind, DeBose got this. It's over. It's sweet. I just knew. And then, what has happened to make me question that?
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is DeBose. I guess Dunst would be the second, I guess.
Briefly off topic, do you guys think Katrina Balfe missed out on the nomination because some Academy voters were voting her in lead?
No.
Because I feel like that kind of makes sense because she plays a prominent role in the movie, even though she clearly is supporting. I believe
that if Lakeith wasn't nominated last year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's also.
I'll be right back.
Lakeith is clearly the lead. Lakeith Stanfield was clearly the lead, and they put him in supporting because it was actually confirmed that a lot of people were divided between his placement in lead and supporting.
How? I'm actually.
Yeah, I read about that.
He's just I think Kaluuya was supporting in Judas.
Me too.
I really don't see how you can say that Lakeith, unless you want to say they're co-lead, therefore they're both supporting. Like, I don't really see
That
how
still doesn't make sense. You
they're-
put them both in lead then.
I kind of get like that argument, like, oh, they're both leads, so they both go supporting. I kind of, to an extent, I understand that.
And then
but
someone
I understand it
tweeted
more-
about.
I
someone
understand
tweeted-
that
oh,
more
okay.
than like Keith is supporting. Put it like that.
Yeah, people had a hard time with Daniel. People had a hard enough time with Daniel Kaluuya being in supporting, but look, Keith, that was on a whole other level. And somebody even tweeted about like the screen time of both gentlemen in relation to the movie. And I think Lakeith had like 40-something minutes of screen time, and Daniel Kaluuya had a couple minutes less. So to them, it seems like, oh, they were supporting characters to the movie and something like that. And it's like the movie's the lead, the story's the lead, and they're both playing supporting parts. And that made little to no sense to me.
No, I don't.
But it also made somewhat sense. Yeah. So I'm thinking like, did Katrina Balfe suffer from that? And also did Jamie? Yeah.
I mean, Jordan already had a struggle, but
yeah, it's SAG snub and BAFTA snub. But Balfe.
I don't know. It's one of those snubs where I can't really explain it. Every now and then there's a snub where I just, however good I am at this, I just cannot explain it. I just can't. Like something like Denis, I can't explain it. Like something like Gaga, I can kind of piece together how that happened. You know what I mean? Something like
maybe.
I can definitely piece together how that happened.
Well, yeah, I should have been smarter. Just said
I knew she was gonna miss. Like I knew it. Like I was like, nah, guy.
I had a feeling she was in trouble because they don't go with lone supporting actress nominees that have under a 7 on IMDb. I should have stuck with that notion.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that either.
I did not know who to replace her with, and even if I did, I had a couple ideas, but I'm telling you right now, those ideas were not Jessie Buckley or Judi Dench.
No. One quick thing I want to mention about Judi Dench is she's the oldest nominee ever with 87 years old. I think this is probably her last Oscar nomination.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't see her getting in for anything else in the future.
I mean, not impossible. Consider she got in for a performance she did nothing.
So I think that Judi Dench is more like, hey, this is going to be our last chance to honor her because we might not have another chance.
Like, she definitely, I can definitely see for Judi Dench, like, she definitely coattailed Katrina Balfe. I didn't expect her to replace her.
Mm-hmm.
And as for Jessie Buckley, it's like, it turned the Lost Daughter into Can You Ever Forgive Me and the Two Popes.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Which
I did not expect. I did not expect that at all. It wasn't in my periphery.
I told it earlier in the season, but then a couple of people I knew saw Lost Daughter and were like, "Oh no, this is not going to be an Oscars thing." And at that point, I just kind of like I would. I mean, when I remember, that idea was already locked in the brain when I eventually saw the film, and I just kind of that was definitely something I did not see coming, but it was a very welcome surprise.
All right. Hopefully, with no more interruptions. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Let's hop into supporting actor. Ben Affleck, Bradley Cooper, Troy Kotsur. I will never get his name right. I'm trying. Jared Leto and Cody Smith-McPhee.
I'm going to choose Troy Kotsur.
I am too.
I am also going to go Troy Kotsur. But, man.
But Cody can win.
Cody can win. I will say, I think it is kind of a situation where even if Cody wins the Oscar at the end of the day, I think Troy's more likely here.
Yeah, I do agree.
If Cody wins the SAG, I think he's got it on lock.
Yeah. I do think
I actually beg to differ. I actually think there's still Critics' Choice and BAFTA after SAG.
Yeah,
but I think Troy could reasonably surprise in either of one of those places, and then that could lead to a big upset.
I think if Cody wins SAG, there's like a 0% chance the CCA doesn't go Cody. But
if Cody wins SAG,
remember Critics' Choice predicts, and if
they do.
If the front runner is a critic's favorite, it's a little tricky to assume go with anything else.
BAFTA could go Troy. BAFTA could go.
Yeah,
Troy.
like the Alan Arkin and Little Miss Sunshine kind of route.
Exactly.
I mean, Troy could win CCA. I could win SAG and then CCA. But if Cody wins SAG, I think
it's over. Yeah. And can I just add real quick? I saw people predicting Jared Leto to win.
That's because I've been hearing people say that SAG voters, a lot of which are creative content or content creators, they're voting for Leto and stuff like that. But I don't think he's gonna win that.
I don't.
I understand that content creators were granted membership to SAG, but it's like SAG has like 160,000 members. Like,
yeah.
Not like a bunch of Addison Rays now, like 80% Addison Ray. I don't think there's enough to like gradually just completely shift the nomination, the winners to that extent.
Yeah, I think this is Troy's to lose. I think this is Troy.
I still got my eye on Cody. I got Troy. He's pretty firmly.
Yeah.
Poor Ben Affleck.
Or Bradley.
I love Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Bradley should win, but
yeah, Bradley was great in that movie.
Oh, he should be the winner. He should be winning in a landslide.
Yeah.
A landslide? I'll stick with.
I don't know about the landslide, but I would argue that he would be a worthy winner.
He should be winning, but I'm totally happy with Troy.
Yeah, me too. We're going to talk about Best Actor first, and then we're going to save Actress and Ensemble for last, because those are the big categories.
Fair enough.
Actor is Javier Bardem, Benedict Cumberbatch, Andrew Garfield, Will Smith, and Denzel Washington.
Will Smith. But Andrew Garfield, that character, he has it's not likely, but it's not impossible.
I feel like with Andrew Garfield, that's more. I feel like that is more like people saying like, oh, he's playing John Lennon. I feel like that's more Globes would be like that's more of like a Globes thing. It is a SAG thing. I don't know why. Like I think my thing is I definitely think that Best Actor at the Oscars is between Will and Benedict. That being said, I think SAG has got to be Will's to lose.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Will. I do have Garfield at number 2.
Yeah, I do think Garfield. If he's going to pull out a big upset win, going to be.
I can see Cumberbatch winning though.
The SAG?
Yeah, but I think it's Will's. I think it's Will's to lose.
Yeah, I think we're all in pretty much agreement that Will Smith is probably going to win. I think.
No, I should give it to Javier
Bardem. I would laugh.
Yeah.
But the one thing I want to say about Smith and the advantage he has is that his movie's the only one in Best Cast.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's important. I'm not saying it's a big factor, but it's still.
You gotta be careful with that. You gotta be careful with that because, like, it's really worth remembering that the nominations are voted on by a committee, and the win voted on by all 160,000 voters.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful with that.
I'm not saying that's not what's factoring into me, like predicting him to win, but I'm saying no, it's an interesting thing to know.
I'll get to that when we get to it all.
Yeah. But let's talk about the toughest category of the whole night. Best Actress. Jessica Chastain, Olivia Colman, Lady Gaga, Jennifer Hudson, who's not, and Nicole Kidman. What to do?
I'm gonna go safe and say Kidman, but
I'm going with
there's
Jessica
a whole there's a lot of things that can happen.
I'm going with Jessica Chastain.
I think Jennifer Hudson's just happy to be there.
Yes, that's all that she gets.
I think Olivia Colman, I'm on record. I really do not think she's winning the Oscar. I just don't think there's a chance that happens. And
I think she has a shot.
I really don't.
I don't think she's winning, but I just think she got a shot.
And I think, it's like, really, like, SAG is gonna give Olivia Colman the win for this performance.
Yeah, I don't think SAG will give it to Olivia Colman.
They didn't give it to her for the favorite, so it seems
less
likely.
They're the only ones who didn't do that. Like, at least at CCA, Olivia Colman won like a comedy actress award. She literally won nothing. SAG's the only place she didn't win anything for the favorite. And then there's Gaga, Chastain, and Kimden, which are like the most like SAG, based. They seem more like SAG favorable. Gaga, I know. I mean, again, I don't want to hear, they love House Gucci. No. The nomination committee liked House Gucci.
Yeah, exactly.
That being said, Gaga is a pretty SAG like winner, and I'm not going to counter out this, but her missing the Oscar nod does make me go, all right, probably not her, which leaves Chastain and Kidman. This is why I haven't filmed my video yet.
This is the toughest category by far.
Oh my god, man, Chastain could win. I think Chastain.
I want to say Chastain.
So
bad.
I think Chastain kind of lives and dies at SAG. She loses SAG over. I also will see chaos like Gaga would. That would be some chaos. Not in any good way for me, because those fucking stands would come after me again. But but also I can just give them the finger and be like, hey, guess who wasn't nominated for the Oscar? I mean, listen, the acting branch of the Academy clearly loved being in the crowd with them. There's some overlap there. I'll go with Kimmy.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Chastain. I think she's probably the most likely. She had. I know one thing I noticed, they also like the physical transformations as well as the.
They do. They really do.
And I think out of all the people nominated, Chastain by far has the physical transformation as well as the.
She has the most, but
I didn't say the best.
Kind of has.
That's the key word.
No, it's not even like the best. It's like she has the most. And but Nicole Kidman kind of has that too.
That's where I want to go. That's where I want to go, because like Kidman. Let's put it like this: of the three biopics performances that we're considering, sorry, Jennifer, of the three biopic performances that we're considering, Lucille Ball is clearly the biggest name, and that's been an issue I've been hearing, which is that a lot of people are like a lot of, my mother included, are like, I like the movie, but she did not feel like Lucille at all. That kind of concerns me,
and I think that's a big problem.
That does concern me, especially considering. SAG is the most populist when it comes to its voters. There are a lot more, you have like weatherman and like radio broadcasters in there, and that does kind of give me pause. I'm gonna stick with Kidman still because actors clearly enjoy that movie, but Chastain is nipping at that heel. And if Gaga wins, I'm predicting Kristen Stewart to win the Oscar.
Unless she doesn't win Critics' Choice for whatever reason,
she probably won't win Critics' Choice.
Let's be honest here. Whoever wins SAG, the Critics' Choice are just going to copy.
Yeah. Unless
we should see. I'm telling you guys, ties at the Critics' Choice, they happen. And when they happen in major categories, when they happen, it matters.
If Stewart wins just CCA, I'm not. She's not going anywhere near my prediction for winning the Oscar. But unless Gaga wins here. Man, it's
if Gaga wins here, I will predict Stewart for the CCA and the Oscar.
If Gaga wins here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have to wait for Critics' Choice to tell me what to do.
I don't think Critics' Choice can, because all due respect to them, and I know voters in the Academy, in that organization.
Well, there's no overlap, but
there's no overlap.
They have a little bit more influence than some people are willing to admit.
A lot of them, they don't vote for what they want. They just vote for what they think is going to win the Oscar, which is why we always see.
It is a problem.
It is a major problem.
But for somehow it, I'm looking at past award ceremonies and somehow that seems to affect things in certain ways.
Yeah.
Or at least influence things in certain.
I mean, look
ways.
at last year. Look at last year. We got 3 out of 5. I mean, sorry, 1 out of 4. What the fuck
That's
was
true.
that?
Yeah. But who knows what's gonna happen? I think actress is by far the biggest.
Yeah. I'm tempted to switch to Chastain, but I'm sticking with Kidman.
I'm also sticking with Kidman.
I'm sticking with my guns for Chastain, but
I respect that.
who knows? Maybe Jennifer
They
Hudson
could
will, just for the shits and giggles. We'll be like, we'll just go with Jennifer Hudson. Why not? All right, last category, the big one.
All right, I feel like we might have different ones for this one, all of us.
But let me just say the nominees first, just so everyone knows, whoever's watching. Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, House of Gucci, and King Richard.
I have Belfast. I know what you have, Adriano.
Dude.
Don't Look Up, right?
Maybe.
I have neither.
And I know what you have, Matthew.
I know what you have, yeah.
You have Coda.
I actually seriously changed it last night, actually. I actually now have King Richard winning Best Cast.
Oh.
I'm taking a risk here.
Okay, here's the thing. I think House of Gucci, no. House of Gucci's not going to win.
No, I think House of Gucci is the only one that's not winning.
Yeah.
I think King Richard's also not winning. Like, I think to a broader, more populous SAG-AFTRA, I think that the idea of King Richard as an ensemble winner is too weird because I think many people just see that movie as the Will Smith movie.
Right.
True.
Yeah, I know it got nominated, but it was a non-committee.
It's like the theory of everything, in a sense.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. I'll go back to my original one, Coda.
Which was Coda, I imagine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Coda was my original
one. Is between Belfast, Coda, and Don't Look Up. Belfast doesn't really scream ensemble to me the way the other two do. But I do understand why it can win. It's the only Best Picture nominee that missed no major precursors, which is pretty big.
Yeah, I think.
Don't Look Up missed DGA, Coda missed DGA, BAFTA. Even Power of the Dog missed SAG. Everyone missed.
Belfast wasn't eligible for WGA, so there's that. But that doesn't count.
Why I give them an obvious pass. Because they would have if
Belfast almost feels like a Trial of the Chicago 7 kind of win to me.
No, I think that would be Don't Look Up. That would be Don't Look Up as the Trial of Chicago.
No, I think Belfast is by far the safest choice.
But also Coda does have the diversity kind of thing because they're all deaf.
Yeah,
which is Minari, and that didn't beat Trial.
Which is why I'm thinking Don't Look Up.
But yeah,
Don't Look Up.
Years.
So it feels like first of all, it's the most popular of the nominees, hands down.
Oh yeah, there's no argument about that.
And when you think of ensemble, you think of the one with the 50 Oscar nominations combined. It's I think again we're looking at a popular SAG-AFTRA. It's a popular movie. It's the easiest movie to look at of the 5 and say ensemble. You have all these big names in there, not just like last year with Trial. You have you had these big names, but this is the comically insanely respected cast of some of the most respected actors in history. And everybody in that ensemble gets a moment to shine.
Yeah,
it feels right that Don't Look Up wins. It might just be I love the movie, but it might just be a lazy vote.
Yeah,
it also kind of reminds me of Hidden Figures in a way.
Don't
Look Up.
Yeah, the names.
Yeah, one thing I want to say, Belfast is the safest choice. Don't Look Up is textbook an ensemble cast. Like how it operates, I mean. It's textbook an ensemble cast. Everyone getting a different point to shine in the movie. I think Coda is a lot more softer it's not like a big hit you over the head movie, but I do think it's heartfelt, it's warm, and they do like the diverse cast. They don't always do that, but in some cases they really do go for it.
I just feel like the Coda comparisons to Black Panther are not really good comparisons because Black Panther was a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah,
and that's why they felt compelled to reward the diverse cast.
And also, Black Panther did have the names. Like, it had the names attached to them.
Yeah, it had a lot of names.
Just like Chadwick, but also you had like Forrest Whitaker.
And they also had some.
What was that?
They also had something that the actors jump onto the movie side, like Sterling K. Brown, Angela Bassett, like yeah, they've been in some movies, but they do like when the TV stars hop into the movie side, and vice versa. But yeah, I think Coda would be a nice moment on stage. I don't get the Black Panther comparisons at all. I
get the Minari comparison. I get the Minari comparison.
I think Minari is a fair comparison, but yeah, I can understand why people aren't predicting Coda. But you know, that's a risk I'm going to take.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I have Don't Look Up at a very close number 2.
Yeah,
I have Coda at number 2.
Don't Look Up's my second as well.
Yeah, Don't Look Up. I've been predicting it for Ensemble like all year. Like,
yeah, it would be weird if they stopped.
I mean, it's just the easiest movie to look at and say Ensemble.
I think not only that too, I could see a lot of these people appealing to the younger members, to the general members too, like Ariana Grande, Kid Cudi, Timothy Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Not even, but like, you know, they know who Jennifer Lawrence is. Like, they all know who Kate Blanchett. I'm sure none of them know who Mark Rylance is, but like, they know.
But they know exactly. Tyler Perry
is. Like, they know. You know, like, I know it's easy to look at Ariana, but like, you know, they know who these actors are, and especially like someone like Jennifer Lawrence, who's like, you know, in the Hunger Games and shit.
Yeah, who won't be there, by the way? She just gave birth to her child, so she will not be there on Sunday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Leo, Kate Blanchett, and Tyler Perry are presenting.
I don't get Tyler Perry, but I guess
it's just random people from the cast. I guess, like, you know.
Yeah. I work on with more Jonah Hill. Like, Jonah Hill was, even though people may not have liked him, he was essential to the cast. Like, his character was, anyway.
I mean, didn't Bruce Dern present for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I think so.
I can't remember if that was Globe or SAG. Now I have to look that up later.
No, I think Globe was Leo and Brad.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, Lady Gaga will be there. Helen Mirren getting a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Nice.
Which I would argue is deserved.
Yeah, I would also argue that.
Yeah. Yeah. God knows what's going to happen on Sunday.
All I know is that the whichever of the Best Picture ensemble nominees win, it's not going to help them that much to beat The Power of the Dog for Best Picture.
It's a participation trophy.
Right. They all have a big, huge knock against them, and Power is just going to sweep.
Yeah, Power is on a big march towards victory right now. But
yeah, maybe it loses PGA, but like,
if it loses PGA, that would be a big thing for me.
No, if it loses PGA to the same movie that wins ensemble, that makes it interesting. That makes it interesting.
Let's shake it up, even if I do, but still probably predict Power of the Dog.
Yeah,
I want to be. Please, we Don't Look Up that wins PGA. Watch this.
Please. It's too divisive. It's not going to happen. But if Don't Look Up wins PGA, let me tell you something.
Well, you can argue that it's the most popular movie of that lineup.
Yeah.
If Don't Look Up wins PGA, SAG Ensemble, and WGA, and Ace Eddie, woo! We'll need to have a conversation. And it's nominated for Best Picture at the BAFTA too.
And
Oh
one,
man, I would
and one
laugh.
quick thing to know real quick.
I love Don't Look Up as well. So
Yeah, I love Don't Look Up too.
I love Proud to Know too. That would be a more inspired win, but I
Yeah.
would like Don't Look Up to win. A, because I love it, and B, the motherfucking chaos that would.
Oh my
Yes.
god, Phil Twitter will burn to the ground.
Oh my
But
god!
in
I
all
love to see
seriousness, though, if it wins Stack Ensemble, PGA, WGA, and the Eddies, Critics' Choice is just going to follow suit with that.
I don't know about Critics'
Maybe.
Choice. Maybe it helps it just win screenplay. That's it.
But here's the thing, though. Critics' Choice is like, we're going to try to predict the Oscar. And if for some reason that Don't Look Up gains all this momentum, I feel like they're just going to default to that.
Yeah, maybe. It's possible.
Because, again, we talked about they care about predicting the Oscar more than they care about actually picking what they want.
Yeah.
Remember the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood year?
PGA is the week before Oscar, which CCA is not. The CCA is before PGA. So
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
true, but you never know. There's definitely a lot of chaos that could happen between now and then.
I love chaos. Fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess. There is no host for the SAG Awards this year.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
wait, was there a host?
Not last
or
year,
2 years ago?
2 years ago there was. I believe it
Okay.
was. Yeah, they have had like Kristen Bell host, Megan Mullally, which was probably one of my favorite.
No. There was not a host. They had Eugene Levy and Dan Levy do a monologue, but like there wasn't a host.
Yeah, they did the first award. They did the first award and the last award too.
Yeah.
Which I would argue they might as well been the host that night. I know they weren't technically, but to me, if you do a monologue in the beginning and you do the first and last award, you're the host. Sorry. I don't make the rules here. That's just a fact now. Well, yeah. One last thing before we wrap up. The Emmy, a lot of shows are coming out in the next couple of months. Is there any show you guys are looking forward to watching?
I won't be able to watch either CCA or BAFTA because I'm in Canada, but
I don't know because the stupidity. Well, it's not stupidity, but it's frustrating that they're both on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe Critics' Choice, but I could easily just say, screw it. I'll just read off the winners.
Yeah, I actually kind of want
and just create a reaction video.
Here's the thing: Critics' Choice is going across the pond this year, allowing nominees from London to be part of the show. So they're trying to be BAFTA now. They couldn't be the Golden Globes, so now they're trying to be the BAFTA Awards. I'm telling you, they are petty. We talk about the Globes being petty, but they take the cake.
I 150% agree with you.
I have never done predictions for Critics' Choice. I never will. I just can't with them. They don't deserve my attention. But yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I know this is a short stream, but the SNAG Awards only have like 5 awards, really.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah. Thank you guys for all of you who are watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
Peace. Shalom.
Peace.
Peace.